Isabella, did you see that, well, why would you have? Did you see that Spain's most celebrated matador, Morante de la Puebla, best known as King of the Bullfighters, was seriously injured on Monday after being gored up the rectum as he was running away from a bull at an event in Seville.
And gored is...
Seville? Gore, yes. It went in, the big sharp horn went inside of him. Actually, there's a photo in the doc that we linked if you want to click on that
I'm
now.
scared to look
It's okay.
at
It's not it's somehow not gory while also being
gore? Okay.
Just click on it.
All right. Oh! Oh my God! I don't know what I was expecting, but it still is a surprise. The way his legs are just like closed and oh my God!
Yeah, he's sort of if you're squeamish, you can look this up.
Yeah, there's no blood.
I guess Brady, I should say if they Google this, will they be? Are there other ones that are gory?
No, I've seen they're surprisingly clean photos of a literal bullseye.
Yeah, I've only seen this one where the bull it has him up in the air and he's like perpendicular to the, and then I've seen the one where there's just a hand covering his butthole. He's laying on the ground and there's just someone has their hand over his hole so as not to, I guess, open a portal into another realm.
This one we shown Isabella though. The bull has this man up like he's toasting a marshmallow.
Yes.
Like he looks hung on it.
I know.
Like,
I know. And honestly, I'm team bull.
Team bull all the way.
I think we all are.
I can't believe we're still doing this sport. This is what. Also, kind of impressive that of all the places he could stick the horn, he chose a hole that was already made.
Yeah, like I'm surprised that he went
a pre-made
for that one.
hole. He didn't make a you know when you like. You know when you need to move a picture, but you can't put the nail hole too close to the already existing nail hole? That's what I feel like.
He had a pilot hole already drilled.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Golly.
The bull's name should be in the headline. Like, shout out to this guy. It's the most accurate bull of all time.
We don't even know who it is. No respect for the bulls. Morante required an hours-long sphincter reconstruction thanks to the 4-inch gash left by the bull.
I hate this sport so much.
I'm so...
This led me down we looked into what they do with the bulls after they win or lose these competitions, and this is bad, you guys. We should stop doing this, if only just because they're going to stick their horns up your holes.
Yeah, sounds very risky.
There's no other way this should end. But anyway, this is what we chose to start the podcast with. Maria Sharapova today. Let's get in. Hello! Oh my God, hello. And welcome to Casuals, a sports podcast for anybody. Doesn't matter if you like them, you hate them. We talk sports with you, and we got a great guest today, which we will get to in a second. I'm Katie Nolan, the host. Joining me here at the top, we got the casualties. It's the production crew here at SiriusXM. We have Isabella, our sports newbie. Hi, that's Chris. He edits. And
What's
then
up?
we got Brady.
Too many bees,
over
hey.
there as well. I thought that was a good amount of bees. Coming up, y'all. I mean, this is big. The energy in here is different. Isabella, our tennis fan, we've got a big guest coming in today. Maria Sharapova is here. Absolutely incredible. We're going to get into a wonderful interview that we have with her coming up in a little bit. She is she's one of only 10 women to complete a career Grand Slam. She's got an Olympic silver medal. She's Maria Sharapova, okay? Sugarpova. We're going to talk to her in a little bit. Very exciting. She's launching a new podcast that's coming out. Actually, I think it comes out today when we're recording this, so don't even worry about that. It's out, and you can go find it now. Pretty tough. Before we get to Maria Sharapova, a couple things we got to update on. And if I'm honest, it's too many things, as always. So we're going to kind of keep this super speed energy and try to get through all of these stories because we had to devote 3 minutes to a cold open about a bull putting his horn inside of a guy's butt. Didn't he come out of retirement to do that, too?
Yeah.
And then it's like maybe go back into...
That bull's been waiting a long time to see that guy again.
I didn't think I'd have a chance. Good for that bull. Really happy for him. Boston Marathon. I told you guys that was this week. It's a big deal in Boston. We love the Boston Marathon. Brady, you found this story of a guy named, is it Tampa Terrence?
This guy, Tampa Terrence, was all over the timelines. He ran the Boston Marathon on like 40 days of training.
What?
Which is crazy to me anyway, because marathons are crazy long and impossible to do. He ran it barefoot to raise money for charity. This is just a dude running a marathon barefoot in cargo shorts to raise money for this nonprofit that does after-school programs and helps at-risk kids in and around Boston. He's from Boston originally. Now he's Tampa Terrence. Raised over $13,000. This guy's just out there running the entire Boston Marathon on the road, on gravel, just slapping his bare feet on the asphalt
and what,
over and over.
The charity refused to, nobody wanted to give money unless he took his shoes off. Why did he have to take off his shoes?
I think he gets more attention by not having the shoes.
I guess. Look at us. We're not talking about anybody else who ran the marathon.
True.
Insane to do.
Well, the craziest part is I see here, it says he trained by running on a spread of Lego bricks, kicking a watermelon until it burst, and stabbing his feet repeatedly with a fork.
Gotta harden that up.
Sick bastard.
Harden that skin up.
And he trained with only 40 days. So it's like did he finish with a decent time?
He's under 4 hours.
Oh my God. What is going on?
I'm sorry, Lego bricks?
Yeah.
Ow.
That's pain.
Yes.
This is sick.
And the whole time he's like recording videos. He's talking to people in the crowd, like as he's running by. At some point, someone just handed him a fish. He was like, what do I do with this? And they were like, take it. And he just ran like a mile carrying a fish.
Ew.
It's good content.
On a Monday, fish? I feel like, isn't that the day they tell you not to order fish
Was that
at
cooked?
a restaurant? Oh, good question.
If it was cooked,
No.
I'm eating that.
No, just a whole. It's not. This was not like a fish fillet. This was just a fish.
What'd she order? Okay. So that's the Boston Marathon, right? Done. Great. Incredible.
Hold on, before we go, shout out Jess McClain.
That's right. Jess McClain, we talked to you guys about her a month ago. Remember we were talking about somebody was running and they followed a cop car that was the lead pace car, and the car went the wrong way, and she just got absolutely screwed. She had a huge lead, and it ended up, she finished, I think, like third or whatever. Instead, that was a whole thing. She actually shattered the U.S. course record for the Boston Marathon. She finished the marathon in 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 49 seconds?
That's
Yep.
insanely impressive.
Feels absurd. With shoes on, yes?
With shoes on.
Marcel
Correct.
the Shell with shoes on. Breaking the previous record by a minute and... well, when you do 1:13, it isn't... She didn't break it by an hour, right?
No.
She broke it
No.
by a minute and 13
That would
seconds.
be
That'd be
insane.
crazy. I'm unmoored talking about time. The
26 miles in 140 minutes. It's crazy.
it doesn't even... It genuinely doesn't compute to me. So congratulations to Jess McClain, following what she knew to be the route and not listening to anybody else who might get in her way. We got the NBA playoffs going off and the NHL, the Stanley Cup playoffs as well. Sorry to do this, Homer, but I'm going to kind of focus on the Boston of it. The Celtics, Chris, dropped game 2 to the Sixers. What? You're our basketball expert. What the hell happened?
They shot 26% from 3. That's
Whoa,
what happened.
That's bad, right?
And
Yeah.
equally didn't do a good job defending the 3. So Philly was able to, have a much better game from 3 than the Celtics did. And that was essentially the game. The first quarter looked okay. The second quarter was pretty bad, and it never really recovered from there.
Yeah. So the series is tied at 1 now. How
Yeah,
about
that was an anomaly, though. I can't see them doing this again in games 3, 4, or 5. So we'll see. But yeah, this is an outlier, I'd say.
So this raises the question that I've seen debated online a lot is a gentleman's sweep. The phrase a gentleman's sweep. I've seen people argue what the true definition of it is. I know technically it's like letting they win one game and then you basically win all of the other games. But there's debate about whether the game they win has to be a home game, or if it's any game? Where do we stand on this? What technically is a gentleman's sweep?
A lot of people we can't get complete consensus, but I think what most people seem to agree is that one particular team wins the first 3 games, hands the 4th game to the opposition, and then wins the 5th game.
So this would not technically qualify if
correct.
The Celtics were to win
I
this.
always operated under the assumption that it was just 4-1, regardless of when that loss came.
Yeah.
But most people, doing some digging, most people seem to suggest that it was specifically that 4th game of the series that you need to drop.
Like a last gasp of.
Yeah, just so you know what, here you go. We're gonna wrap it up in the next game. You take this one, we'll finish it in game 5.
Isabella, what do you think? Should it apply to any 4-1 final?
I think so, because what is this?
Great.
So it's
That's
just
exactly right.
like what I have to wait.
Because
What
what
did you
is-
say until like the 4th game or
Yeah.
3rd game?
Well, so it's like Boston. In order for it to be a gentleman's sweep, a lot of people think it's like they win, and then the game that they could win to make it a sweep, the other team gets one in, and then they finish off.
That's
the
not a
sweep.
gentleman's sweep. That's a choke sweep.
Ooh.
She's got a
You
her
choke
own-
the second to last
Choke
game.
sweep.
She's got a little something. Okay.
Sick.
I like that.
Finding a way to tell somebody they choked while they still
While they
won
win.
the series.
Right.
So if the Knicks win this series, like 4-1, I'll still call it a choke sweep because what the fuck was that recent game?
I mean, you didn't like that.
That
No, I
was
cried.
an
I didn't
absolute
know
Oh,
Brady
choke.
and
we
Christmas.
haven't said this yet. We did this on the
Yeah.
radio. Isabella shed her first sports tears.
Oh.
In the
I felt
first
really
round?
embarrassed
The
afterwards.
first round. But listen.
Isabella.
But Chris, we have to encourage this. I told her, I was like, there's going to
Sure.
be plenty of opportunities for you to get
Yeah.
those tears out. But she was like, I cried.
I was so mad that I cried. I like stood up. I walked out of the room. I went into my bedroom. I shut the door. My boyfriend was like, "Babe," and I was like, "Just leave me alone for a few seconds."
This is
One of us. One
Yeah.
of us. One of
you gotta like
us.
throw your TV out the window or something.
Yeah.
We gotta escalate.
I'll
up.
punch a hole through the wall.
I'm so proud of you. Just
Yeah.
absolutely so proud of you.
Didn't help the Mets had lost 12 straight.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
shut up, Brady! we're on NBA right now.
We were talking about Boston. Why is this going on? We do have to mention Isabella's Mets specifically have lost 12 in a row.
It's Wednesday. They've got the Twins tonight.
Okay,
So
it's
maybe it'll be
possible
13.
where
Who
you're
knows?
listening.
Juan
to
Soto's
this.
coming back soon, though, right?
Soto should be back.
Tonight? He's coming back tonight?
Yeah, he should be back
think
tonight, last I
so.
saw.
Okay, but they need him to not only he needs to come back and immediately be hot, which is tough to do. So I wouldn't don't put all your eggs in that basket.
I won't.
Ay, that whole basket. No, nobody's ever done that before. No one's ever gone on a 12-game losing streak and then made it into the postseason.
I know, Katie. I heard you say it on the radio.
Just making sure you open as per my last email. The Trailblazers also evened up the series. Look, I came out on this podcast and said we're not really going to talk about the NBA in the first round because it's pretty boring. Because a lot of, and then a bunch of these series evened up. So
Yeah, that one, though, has a lot to do with the fact that Wemby left pretty early on with a concussion. So when he only plays a handful of minutes, that's a big blow to the Spurs. And they still got within, I think, 3 points in that contest.
yeah, what quarter was that they?
Second,
Yeah, that's
where
tough.
Wemby went out. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of doctors on Twitter going like, "Oh, he's definitely fractured his orbital bone." I'm like, you don't know anything. You don't know anything. What do we know as of right now? He's just in the concussion protocol, which is obviously something that's about
Yes.
player safety, and it's got a number of steps to clear him before he's allowed to play again. And as frustrating as that is, we all have to be patient because it's about player safety. And when it comes to your brain, we don't mess around. Okay.
Correct.
So that's all we know, right? That's the latest.
Yeah, last I checked a couple of hours ago, it was still unsure when he'd make his return.
Right. So 106-103, the Blazers ended up winning that game. What I'm interested in here, and we get into the Trailblazers of it all a little later, right? We got
We do.
somebody called in to talk about it, so we will talk about that. In the game one of this series, did you see the pictures of all the colorful T-shirts they handed out?
Awesome.
It was awesome. It was like perfectly color blocked, Isabella. It's like sometimes a tradition, they'll hand out like a free T-shirt and everybody puts it on. This one was like perfectly coordinated by section so that it was
cool.
this beautiful, awesome thing. And then
Vibrant.
Yeah. And then during the game, I loved they would use the Jumbotron to like put the camera on people who weren't wearing the shirts and bully them. Have everybody go like, put your shirt on.
That's funny.
To putting it on. So it was awesome. And everybody agreed that it was awesome. Except, this is where I'll remind you we're doing a Boston theme here, except Bill Simmons. Let's play the clip.
The color-coordinated sections, I have some thoughts. You've won 5 titles as a franchise. It's not the time for gimmicks. Act like you've been there before. They won 5 titles. They had Tim Duncan. They had one of the 10 best players of all time. Who was there at the game? Probably wondering why everybody was in a different section wearing a different T-shirt.
He wasn't wondering because they're the Fiesta colors. He was wearing the shirt.
I get
Manu
the
Ginobili
Fiesta.
was
I
wearing
get
the
it.
shirt. You're like Kramer at the AIDS
I get
walk.
it.
You don't
This
want
is
to wear
one
the
of-
ribbon. You wanted. I just horrible take. Just a horrible take.
Yeah, I don't always agree with him, but yeah, that is a horrible take. What did you see? I didn't see a single other person, and this is rare in this day and age, say anything negative about what seemed to be a cool, uniting fan thing. What the hell was this?
It's definitely old man yells at cloud
But
type
Bill
energy.
Simmons
I
isn't.
feel like
We're
you're
not.
just
He
finding
can't already
things
be
to-
old man yells at cloud. He was
Yes, he
supposed to be the sports guy. He was
And
supposed
he
to be.
was a long time
was.
ago.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here first from Chris. Simmons, over. It's done.
Cooked.
He's cooked. He's washed. He's, what else are they saying? He's
Chuggy?
unk. He's chuggy. Crazy. But hey, NBA playoffs. Ding. NHL
NBA playoffs not the place for gimmicks, apparently. We can't have fun.
Act like you've been here. What do you mean?
None of them have been there.
It's crazy. Also, it wasn't Tim, they were like wearing, like former players were they were participating in the
Tim Duncan,
just
Manu
silly.
Ginobili. Yeah,
Just
they were wearing it. It was fun. It was like just aesthetically pleasing to
Right.
watch on TV.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Stunning. NHL playoffs, the Bruins, thank God they won game 2. I don't know who else is watching hockey as closely as me, specifically this game. Obviously, the Bruins I really root for. The last few postseasons have been kind of abysmal as a Bruins fan, all in different ways, really fun. But this year, Panthers aren't in it, so I'm already happy. And then we come out and we lose in Buffalo that first game in a remarkable fashion, holding a 2-goal lead for it was a slow build, but 2-goal lead for a lot of the game. And then with 6 minutes and change left, we let them score 4 goals. We lost the game. And I'm saying we don't have time. I'm in a rush. This game 2, the Bruins had the lead again. It gets to 6 minutes and the Sabres score, and then they score again. And Dan looks at me and he goes, "What's going on?" And I go, "We just have to stay the course. We had a 4-goal lead." I was like, "This is different. We just have to calm down." Thank God they called the timeout this time. Swayman was forcing Sturm to call the timeout that we didn't call in the first game. But the energy in Buffalo for the first 2 games of this series has been fantastic. Did you guys see when they brought Josh Allen out?
Oh, no.
The place went nuts. I mean, this is a fan base, the Sabres, that have been desperate for any sort of relevance in the postseason for their hockey team, and they are showing up and they are partying. I said last night, I would really be enjoying this energy if it wasn't, contingent upon my sadness, that it wasn't actively opposing me and everything I stand for. This would be so fun. So if you're a casual who's looking for an entry point, the series is shifting to Boston, but that Buffalo team hopefully doesn't make it out of the first round. But if they do, it's an exciting one to root for because their fans are going nuts. I will say shout out to NSYNC, our regional sports network in Boston, that when Josh Allen came out to bang the drum to get everybody hyped up and the crowd went nuts, they were like, bringing Josh Allen to a playoff game? I don't think that's going to work the way you thought that it was going to.
Josh has a 2-week-old child. You have any excuse to get out of the house, you take it.
Yeah, damn. That's true. And thank God the Bruins won, because if Nesson sends that tweet and then the Bruins lose, that would have been just the worst night for me on a personal level. While we're doing Boston, hey, Mike Vrabel's alive. Oh,
Found him.
Mike Vrabel's alive, and he came out and he said something. Now, if you are a journalist going, why didn't I know that he was going to come out and say something? That's because the Patriots told everybody it was just going to be 2 players that had media availability so as to keep the crowd low, I guess, and not have everybody who's curious about what Mike Vrabel's going to finally say storm this press conference. And so it was kind of a surprise. Do we have, I don't even know if it's worth airing. Do we have a clip of the words that Mike Vrabel put together and said at this little shindig? Let's play it.
I've had some difficult conversations with people that I care about, with my family, the organization, the coaches, the players. Those have been positive and productive. We believe in order to be successful on and off the field, you have to make good decisions. That includes me. That starts with me. We never want our actions to negatively affect the team. We never want to be the cause of a distraction. And those are comments and questions that I've answered for the team and with the team. We'll keep those private and, to ourselves. I care deeply about this football team, and I'm excited to coach them. And what I can promise you is that my family, this organization, the team, the staff, the coaches, everybody, our fans, most importantly, will get the best version of me going forward.
Okay, so apparently if we want to know more, we're going to have to sneak a camera in and take a picture of the conversations that he's having with the team, because otherwise we just don't get any more information. You think that's it? You think that's all we're going to get? I think
this is a very standard, I did nothing wrong, but also I'm very sorry.
I'm really, really sorry. I also saw people be like, did he walk back his, because didn't he say laughable? The original adjective he used was that the pictures were laughable. And I did see somebody asked, and he said, I no longer think that they are a laughing matter. That's just going to be that. And I know that people are going to be like, but he doesn't have to have journalistic integrity and blah, 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 blah. For me, it's got a nuance that I've learned there's no room for here on the internet. But I just, we're really not going to make him answer for any of it, his role in it in any way. Which, again, as a Patriots fan, I'm not even saying like I want. It's a real rock and a hard place these two have potentially, allegedly put certain fans in, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I would say it rubbed me the wrong way, but that was a whole other controversy we had with the owner. So I don't even think it's worth bringing up. That's going to be it. You know what it really has been bothering me lately is that, remember the big deal we made about, Mike Vrabel knows how hard it is for women in this business. And so he always opens his press conferences by calling on a female journalist. And now you're like, that hits different. It's just like, that hits like... Now I go like, do I actually not like Mike Vrabel the way I thought? It's like all these things that we're building this image, this all kind of goes pretty directly contradictory to it, and yet we're not ever going to make him answer for it because nobody's really that mad at him, if that makes sense. So, does anyone else want to say anything about this incredibly murky topic that everyone's got guns and knives out about? Anyone else want to offer themselves and their opinions up to the hungry internet?
Sure. The NFL came out and said, we're not investigating his actions. And they will investigate the dumbest, most minute things on the planet. For some reason, we're just not caring about the integrity here, or just the flow of information, or just his relationship with people that you're credentialing. You got to care. Pretend you care. Yeah. Even if you investigate and it does nothing, to come out and say no, we're not even looking into investigating this or holding him accountable.
I fear that where we're at as a society is that we've taught people that the only way to move on from a controversy is to never answer for it and hope people forget. I hate that that's the thing we've shown, that if you cop to it in any way, take any sort of accountability for a mistake that you've made, it's really only just going to be used against you as proof that you've done the wrong thing. Whereas if you ignore it, no one can say you did it. So it's I hate that. I think that's a sign of things being broken. I think we should hold people accountable for the things they do or don't do. But this seems to be the last we'll discuss this. So this is great. I feel good about that until we hear more.
Hey, Katie, you want a segue?
Yeah, what do we got? Oh, good. Always fun. Always feel-good stories to hit that World Cup date. You know what that means? It's time for a World Cup date. Really, I can pretty much tell you what these stories are going to be just based off of general vibes, but let's hit them anyway. FIFA struggling to sell tickets for the U.S. opener. So a document that was dated April 10th that was distributed to local organizers revealed that only 40,934 tickets to the USA-Paraguay game had been sold up to that point, April 10th. The match, which is June 12th at SoFi Stadium in L.A., is being undersold by multiple other matches taking place in the same building, including Iran-New Zealand. That has sold more tickets than the USA Paraguay match. Am I saying
Chris,
wrong,
who are you
Paraguay?
favoring in that one?
New Zealand. I actually don't know the World. I think Iran's probably much higher ranked than New Zealand, to be honest.
It seems like the two most obscure countries that could possibly be playing in the World Cup.
Except, Iran isn't necessarily obscure at the moment.
Fair.
We're thinking about them quite a bit.
As of right now, they're still scheduled to play.
They've
Crazy.
RSVP'd yes for sure, or is it
Yes.
a maybe and they're going to indicate closer to the day? I don't.
They selected the salmon.
That's crazy. Okay, the capacity of SoFi Stadium, 69,650 49ers fans, from my experience. The Athletic reports that fewer than 40,000 tickets have been purchased for the U.S. final group stage match, which is against Turkey. And Bosnia, Switzerland has sold 47,000 tickets. What is this? Not like our team's very good. I haven't heard a lot about how good we are. Have you? I don't.
So are just international fans really just attacking this ticket market more aggressively than people who aren't traveling?
Are the tickets cheaper for the games that don't involve the United States? I would guess that.
Probably.
I don't know if the people who sell
I think that is
things,
true.
I don't know if the people who sell things seem to be aware of this. It's a tough time out here financially for a lot of people. It seems like something maybe the people who are selling these tickets need to hear, because I don't think it's not clocking to them that we're standing on business, okay? There's no...
It's not clocking to you?
It's not clocking to you because front category A, do you remember what that is? It was that they were selling these tickets to people. People were trying to buy these great tickets, and then the front of that section they thought they were buying tickets in has been separated into its own even higher tier called front category A. Those tickets went on sale this morning, Wednesday morning. It's FIFA's new premium category. And they are selling the tickets. I thought this was a typo. I said, hey, Brady, you got a typo in the doc. We got to fix that before we go. And he said, no, it's real. $10,990 for a ticket. Yes, exactly. Over 7 times higher than the initial December pricing for what we thought was that section of these games.
Do you feel confident that that is the most elite ticket that they will sell? Because you know damn well if they just turned category 1 into front category 1, then we're getting front category 1 plus premium at some point. They're going to keep reclassifying.
If some idiot, let's see if some idiot will spend $10,900. I mean, that is $11,000. Tack the extra $10 on. You know they will, at least in fees. So that's $11,000. And if they get a critical mass of people to agree to that, they'll go, let's try 14. What are they going to do?
They're going to call the idiot who paid to sit at the WrestleMania commentary desk directly.
To make that point.
Yeah. Every crypto billionaire, keep your eye on your inbox because FIFA's coming through with an offer. A giant baby, Gianni Infantino, sliding into your DMs to try to get you to send over, what is that, 8 Bitcoin now? I'm not keeping up with the market. He said something, Infantino? Defended the prices. Hold on, let me burp first. Can you make it fart while I burp? We'll just do it at the same time.
Yeah, you.
Sorry, I went. Gorgeous. That's the casuals difference. He said, quote, the main and so far the only revenue-generating event for FIFA is the World Cup. Oh, you guys are being really mean. This is our only chance to make any money, and God forbid we try to girl boss our way to making a little bit more money. The World Cup I'm quoting him again. That wasn't him. That was me. The World Cup takes place 1 month every 4 years. So every one. When the women's is the year after.
Yeah, women's is next year.
You could use the women's World Cup. But let's not get any ideas. The World Cup takes place 1 month every 4 years. So we generate money in 1 month. The 47 months until the next World Cup. We spend that money. Okay, that is.
I don't know. Figure out some shit to make some more money. Sell some cookies or something.
Where does the money from the merch go? Does it go to U.S. soccer? It goes to the federations instead? I guess next episode we'll dig into the finances of FIFA. We'll be the ones to figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of it. They solved racism a little while ago, and then they gave Donald Trump a peace prize. So clearly these guys are on the up and up. I think we just have to trust them. It's really hard to make money. The blindness to the Women's World Cup there is kind of infuriating. Although I would then be arguing that they should jack up the prices on the Women's World Cup, and I don't think that's not actually
No, you're
how
arguing
I feel,
that they should bring them down for the men's because they're making additional money for the women's anyway.
Just insane to come out here and say there's 47 months until the next World Cup, you stupid fucking monster. But okay. Good news. Can we end it on good news? Is there a positive sounding fart? Is
No,
there
but here you go.
Philadelphia, Philly fans getting free rides home from World Cup games.
Ooh.
All right.
They're helping fans get home safely and affordably after the games. Regular fares still apply when traveling to the matches, but free rides are for trips home. And you might be going, whoa, FIFA stepped up? Why only in Philly? Well, because it's not FIFA. Airbnb is doing it.
Oh.
It's a different company doing a smart thing. It is smart.
Yeah.
It's a good PR move. It's a good whatever they call that. I learned that as a PR major, where you it's worth investing in this because the headlines it'll get you and the positive will it will buy you with, Philly fans, very smart. They swooped in and said, we'll pay for this. All 6 FIFA World Cup matches in Philadelphia will give them free rides home on the SEPTA Broad Street line. So love that. They can run full speed into a pole and eat horse poop to their heart's content on their way to a free. Remember that? Those were the same celebration, right? Isabella, somebody was running to catch a train after they won the Super Bowl against the Patriots and ran smacked into, in the subway when there's poles of.
Oh, yeah.
He just ran right.
I thought you were
going
to say they fell into the poop.
No, that was separate. Somebody else voluntarily ate a giant pile of horse poop. I don't think they completed the whole pile. I'm done. Clean Plate Club. That was just wild. Sports are mass psychosis. Let's continue. Other soccer news that isn't World Cup, so no more farts, but I can't make any promises about burps. Leicester City relegated again. Tough. If you're wondering, how long ago was it when Leicester City was the big talk of the town and they won in the Premier League? It was 10 years ago, their historic Premier League triumph. That really hurt, but I'd say that so often we got to just breeze past it. They are now down to the 3rd division. They've been relegated down. It's real heartbreaking. They were initially relegated to the 2nd division in 2023. Then they went back to the Premier League in 24, and then they suffered another relegation the following season, and then they've now dropped to the 3rd tier. This is like me during a stretch of college where I moved every 6 months. That's what that feels like spiritually to me, where it's like they are not ever just staying in the same league. They're constantly gotta move, back, up, down, up. So
They went below Wrexham.
Yeah, it's tough. Is
Wrexham started in the God knows 5th tier when Ryan Reynolds bought that team, and Leicester City had just won the Premier League.
You gotta also mention Rob Mack.
With Rob Mack.
Who now goes by Rob Mack, even though his wife and children have the confusing to pronounce name McElhaney. The reason he changed it is he was sick of people mispronouncing it. They took that name, and then he changed his. Yeah, is Wrexham getting knocking on the door of Premier League yet?
They're 6th in the table in the 2nd tier. So they would need to get up to 3rd, I believe.
Okay.
I think 3rd is promotion, maybe
and then
2nd.
Is Tottenham in trouble of getting relegated? I thought I saw. I know we don't talk a lot of soccer.
Yeah, I don't think they're not.
Talk.
They're not there, I don't think, but they have a chance.
Tough.
I think they're now the betting favorites to be relegated.
Not that we do
Jesus.
betting
They're second
favorites here at
last on the
Casuals, but
table.
it is to inform the discussion. We sometimes mention gambling odds. I don't think we toot our own horn enough about the no gambling on this podcast. I got to start being louder about that. Note to self: Isabella, send me a text. Remind me.
I will.
They're currently 18th out of 20 teams in the EPL. Bottom 3 get relegated, so they are in the relegation zone at
Good
the
God.
moment.
How many matches left? I'm asking you a lot, so if you don't have it there, that's okay.
They've played 33. Let's see.
This is sock talk, where we talk a lot of sock.
Sounds like
Or-
ZocDoc.
Yeah, who don't sponsor this podcast, so
Yeah.
bleep that out. While he's looking that up, shout out to the new NWSL franchise we're going to get in Columbus. $205 million. The NWSL awarded an expansion franchise to Columbus, Ohio, and an ownership consortium.
Yeah, it's a group of people
I
throwing
love
their money in a
Is
hat.
it? Am I saying consortium
I think
or
it's consortium.
consortium? It is
I think
consortium.
it's consortium.
It's just an expensive word. It doesn't spend a lot of time in my mouth. Led by the Haslam Sports Group. So they're Flying J, right? That's where their money
Yeah.
comes from, those truck stops.
Flying J and trading for Deshaun Watson.
That's right. That's right. All those smart decisions.
By the way, 5 games left for Tottenham.
Ooh.
Yikes. Best of luck to Spurs. You can't. I get so nervous whenever I talk about Tottenham because it's like Hotspur. You're not allowed to say the, and they get real mad. Back to Columbus. Haslam Sports Group, the new Columbus-based team will play in 2028. It's a record $205 million expansion fee being paid for the team. Obviously, they own the Browns, the Crew, I assume.
That's the MLS.
The men's, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a controlling interest in the Milwaukee Bucks, and they have invested in the WNBA. And the Columbus team will join the NWSL alongside a team in Atlanta, which also will begin in 2028, and that will bring the NWSL up to 18 total teams. Exciting times across women's sports. We're going to start the conversation about what Columbus should name its franchise. And I saw a bunch of ideas in here that I don't know if anyone's feeling excited about. Who wants to get us started on things that Columbus could name their franchise? No,
I was hoping Chris would say it first.
Yeah.
So I knew nothing about the city of Columbus earlier. I started this exercise and it's like, all right, Ohio State's there. And I think I'm done. Famous people from Columbus: Beverly D'Angelo, Josh Radnor, Jack Nicklaus, Simone Biles, Macho Man Randy Savage, Dave Thomas from Wendy's, RJ-D2, Guy Fieri, and R.L. Stein, which I think this is a perfect time to celebrate R.L. Stein.
The Columbus Goosebumps?
The Columbus
Who's
Goosebumps.
turning
Cool.
that down?
I like that.
Who's
Be
saying no
damn
to
cool.
that?
The kits could be amazing.
The font on the jersey, that could be sick.
You start doing like
Their
themed
chants
kits
could be
also.
like,
You have like a piano lessons can be murder jersey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I kind of really like this.
All right, Chris, top that.
So I sort of got two suggestions, but they're going to be named after the same person. Either the Columbus Mocks or the Columbus Jerrys.
What is he saying? Is
Named
he saying
after
Mocks?
Jerry Mock.
Oh.
Mocks.
Yeah.
Named after
M-O-C-K.
Jerry
Saying
Mock,
Muck?
M-O-C-K.
Okay. M-O-C-K.
The first woman to fly solo around the world.
Oh.
She began her journey in Columbus, and the aircraft that she flew was nicknamed the Spirit of Columbus, and it currently hangs in the National Air and Space Museum of the Smithsonian Institution.
Damn, you looked
so-
that up and you were hoping to be able to name it what the plane was called, and then you were like, well, the Washington Spirit already exists, unfortunately, so we have to go with the
But it just shows
Mocks.
how ingrained that aircraft is with the city of Columbus. So if you call it the
And that's
Columbus
good.
Mocks or the Columbus Jerrys, if you call it the Columbus Mocks, it almost sounds like you're saying Columbus Smocks, and they have a big art scene too.
No.
And so
But
it could be a
I
nod to
appreciate
art
the
smocks.
effort, Chris. I think you're doing a really good job, and you are an
Thank you.
ally, and that is noted.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the Jerrys and the Mocks, I can't get behind it. It's not Jerry's.
Okay.
If I'm playing against them, I'd go, we're playing the geriatrics this week. I would be using it against them too easily.
Very cool.
Isabella, you got anything? Any ideas?
I'm
you
gonna
maybe
be
wanna...
so honest, guys.
Okay.
I don't. Like,
Great.
I
I
really
love
was
that.
thinking so hard. I was thinking so hard. I was like, what can this be? And I really don't know that's going to sound, like, exciting. Like,
The Discovery, aren't they the Discovery City? Isn't
They're
that
the
their
Discovery
nickname?
City.
So the Columbus Discovery.
Doesn't have an S on the end. Kind of bothers me.
Did you see the story?
it'll be
about-
controversial, though.
What would be Discovery?
Yeah, like, with the whole, like, Christopher Columbus discovering, like, you know what I mean?
I don't know if everybody else would immediately. Oh, I guess Columbus. Yeah.
Well,
of
isn't
course,
it, isn't, like, the history of, like, Columbus,
No, you're right.
Ohio?
You're right. I just wasn't. I was still thinking about R.L. Stein, if I'm honest.
But it's
I think
also
that's
known.
the best one, honestly.
It's known as
Oh, the mascot would just be the evil puppet. Oh man.
Yeah, that the
For the Goosebumps?
ventriloquist.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say take it one step further. Call it the Columbus Purple Peanut Butters for my favorite Goosebumps book. It's,
What's Purple
what is
Peanut
it?
Butter?
Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter. It was the Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps book.
I
don't know
There were
remember
choose-
that. I
Yeah.
specifically, but I do not remember anything about purple peanut butter. I just remember flipping the pages, seeing that I had chosen the wrong thing, and
Keep
I
your
was
thumb on
dead,
it.
and then going like, "Nah, I didn't choose
No.
that one. I was only kidding."
That was
a practice.
my
No, I was
go-to.
checking to see what an idiot would have chosen, but that wasn't the choice. I wasn't locked. I didn't say final answer, Regis. That hasn't been locked in. All right, if you got any ideas, listeners, you know our email. I actually didn't say it today, did I?
Not yet.
Casualswithkatienolan@gmail.com, and then I'm not looking at it. 646-801-0043.
Hell
Spot
yeah.
on.
Let's go!
Yes.
We
And
were
now you just
genuinely
forgot the radio phone number.
Oh no. Oh no. It's whack-a-mole. One thing down and the next thing goes. All right, so let's come up with a good name for them. Email us, call us, let us know. Speaking of emails and calls, as it is our second episode of the week, we're going to get into some of your emails and calls, but all of this has to wait because up next, you guys, it's Maria Sharapova. Isabella, it's no secret we've recorded it already. It just happened.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? You met Maria Sharapova.
I know, it was so cool. I was so giddy the entire time.
You did a really good job.
Thank you.
We made sure to get a picture. I actually think for the episode, for the picture, we should post you and her first, and then the second picture can be me and her. Is
Done.
that cool with everybody? Thank you very much.
Okay.
So yeah, coming up next, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up next, 5-time major champion, International Tennis Hall of Famer, and host of her own new podcast. She's a colleague now. She's in the space. Pretty tough. It's Maria Sharapova. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be with her. The problem with you, Maria Sharapova, is that there's so much I could ask you, and there's so much to talk to you about.
Let's get to it.
We're going to dive right in. First thing I want to start with is that I believe we are members of an exclusive club.
Which is what?
Have you been engaged for a minute?
Yeah.
Same.
Not married?
No.
Yeah. How does
Yeah.
it feel?
So for me, it's like laziness. It's like not wanting to take that step to plan a wedding.
Okay.
But whenever I meet somebody else who's in the club, I have to ask what it's like for you. I don't know if you know this. We just lost a couple that was beloved in the Forever Engaged Club, was Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe. And it seems to be some sort of a general thought that if you've been engaged for a long time, it's a bad sign. And I think we got to break that stigma.
Well, what about marriages?
What a great point. What a fantastic point. Counterpoint, marriages.
Well, we were. Did you plan any of the wedding?
No.
No.
You
did,
were 2020. That's why.
Exactly.
Yeah, if that had happened to me, I would never plan it.
We had a location. We had a plan in place, and then we had a child, and that is a wedding.
Yeah, that kind of speeds up the process.
Although I do call him my husband.
Yeah, I kind of do too. But
and everyone gets very confused. They're like, did we not get an invite to the wedding?
100 exact same. They'll go like, why does this article say he's your husband? Like, first of all, it's not a real article. Second of all, it's just I'm trying to not let myself do that because then I know I'll never get married. Are you going to eventually do it, or you just don't care?
We talk about it once in a while, but we just have not made the plan to.
Yeah, honestly, if I had started planning,
Do you have children?
And then no, and we're not gonna, so it's not in the plan. So
Okay.
we're not really. That's I think the thing. There's
I don't
nothing
think you have
pushing
an
me
excuse
to.
then.
I know. I know. It's just so
not
much.
Not that my child is.
It's
but-
just no. I mean, that is. I mean, your child is a beautiful blessing, but also a good excuse to not ever have to get married.
Yeah, after a certain point.
Yeah. All right. Well, if
Well-
you do it, will you let me know, and then I can just piggyback off of your plans?
Off
you
of
just
the expenses.
Yes, please, please, please.
We can share the dress
Yeah. Oh God.
and
I
the
got.
venue
I'm doing my first.
and the tent.
I'm trying on dresses this weekend. I've been
Oh.
engaged since 2022, I think.
Oh, so
It's
it
been
is
a
happening.
long time. Well, I need to start. I don't know where to
Okay.
start.
Not the dress.
Well, that's where I'm starting. I was like, at least I know how to put a dress on, so that's where I'll start. It's the booking
what do
of a
I
venue.
know? What do I know? I've never done it before.
I'll let you know what I learned this
Okay.
weekend. How about that? It's so cool that you're here. I feel like I can't stop saying that to you. You've got a new podcast coming out.
I do. I'm in your space. I love it.
I know. Are you excited to be a podcast host?
I'm excited about this. It's work. It's a business. It's what started as a concept and an idea has turned into a thing. And I'm pouring a lot of time and love into it. And I'm on the other side of asking questions. Like I used to be interviewed for a majority of my career. And it's a different, I've had to unlearn and learn again. And I love the preparation. I love the people I've spoken to. We just launched with Zoe Saldana. I've loved its women-to-women conversation. The name is pretty tough, and it's the juxtaposition between being gritty and leading, not apologizing for it, but also being motherly and soft and elegant and vulnerable, and not having to choose one or the other.
That's amazing. The line that stood out to me in the description I saw was, it challenges how female ambition is defined and discussed. And I mean, you are no stranger to how female ambition is defined and discussed. And also as an athlete, no stranger for setting goals for yourself and hitting them. I wonder with this podcast, what is your main goal?
Well, Pretty Tough is about a steely mentality. It's about a mentality and choosing to have that as part of your lifestyle, as someone that goes through a very busy life of being a mother and entrepreneur and traveling all over the world and having a lot of important responsibilities. You don't have to choose one or the other, and you don't have to be 100% at each, right? It's finding your own personal balance of that. but also understanding that, I mean, I come from, I mean, I was an athlete for over 20 years of my life, and now interviewing individuals in different walks of life that have had high performing individuals in art and actresses and musicians and business leaders, league owners, and understanding like how we know they got there. But what is the story? What is the reality? What is the honest conversations? Because being an athlete, everything's on the line. It's pretty gritty. It's really sweaty. It's really honest. It's very vulnerable, and I leaned into that for so long. For so much of my career, and now I want to share the stories of individuals, like a Jeannie Buss, like a Willow Bay, like incredible women that have gone to the peak of their careers. But I want to know what's behind the curtain, how they did it.
It feels like an important time for something like that too. I don't know how much into like how online you are as a person.
Online, yeah. I think, look, I've lived it. From a young age, people ask me why Pretty Tough, and I say, well, from a young age, I was known for my fist pump, and the fist pump was quite aggressive for a few people. Like, it didn't go, people wanted to kind of filter that version of me because it was tough. Like, I honestly didn't apologize for it, because I knew I had to be focused and I had to be determined. And the person across the net was getting in a way of a victory and a trophy. And I was really honest about it. But equally, I wanted to be appreciated for other aspects and other things that I thought I was good at, and being in a boardroom and being in a business meeting and making important decisions, working on a Nike contract, working with incredible brand partners. So I didn't always feel like I had the space and the breadth. People didn't really allow that. And as I speak to my friends now, to mothers, I feel like business leaders, they feel very much the same way.
Yeah, it's like watching the growth of women's sports and seeing a lot of people be introduced to women's sports, new fans coming in every day across various sports. One thing that stands out to me is how strange people are about competitiveness in women. It just feels like they want to watch all the girls be friends. They want to tune in and have all the gals be nice to each other and braid each other's hair. And as soon as you see the competitive fierceness come out, they get very... Protective isn't the word, because protective feels kind. It's almost like have you noticed this at all? That people just don't like when women compete. They go like, oh, well, that's not right. Everybody should be kind to each other. And I just feel like you've always kind of stood in opposition to that, as you should, because sports aren't about everybody getting along and holding hands all the time. They get competitive and intense. And I like that you've always sort of represented a woman that is both a woman in all of the ways that we think of, and you embody your femininity, but you're also like, yeah, I'm here to beat you.
Yeah. Well, I think I stood up for what I believed in, and I was tough and I was gritty, and I wanted to win, and I certainly didn't apologize for it. And yeah, I mean, you see it across women in boardrooms, women in sport, women, fighting for equality. Yeah.
All the time. Let's start at the beginning, because you turned pro at 14, which, Maria, can I be honest? That is so insane to me. Your 14th birthday, you were like, turned pro. I think I watched, my 14th birthday was probably like Spice World came out, and I went to a movie theater.
I know it probably sounds like I played every single week, but there was a limitation to how much. I think I played like 7 tournaments in the year, but yeah, that was like officially.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. How was that, your 14th birthday?
I ended up playing, I don't remember that. I remember, I remember the tournament. I remember it was in a small town in Florida, and my father drove me up to the tournament. He was my coach, and was my coach till I was 21 years old. And I don't remember how I did, but I do remember like it was official, because you're like, that's your first match as a professional. Yeah, you're in the big leagues.
I mean, at the age of 14, what is it like to start on a journey like that? How much of that are you conscious of like, whoa, my life's about to start happening? And how much of it is like the average 14-year-old can go, I can relate to the fact that you maybe didn't even have that much awareness at the time of what was the scope of what was happening in your life?
Yeah, I had, I was an only child. I start with that, because it was important, because my father was my coach for many years, and my mother had nothing to do with sport. And so I think she kept me she kept me normal in a way that education was really important to her. So when I'd come from training at home, I had a very normal home. It wasn't like I was studying tapes at 13 years old or doing, something out of like when I'd come on the court, I'd work hard and I dedicated my time to the sport. But away from tennis, I was a normal girl and I had friends. And I know when you think of like a young prodigy, you think it's like 24/7 or
Yeah.
and I guess you're always thinking about it because it is your life and so much of everything you do revolves around tennis. But like I did boxing, because I like loved it. I did gymnastics. So I did all these different activities that kept me entertained, and I studied art, and I finished high school online. So yeah, I did as much as I could away from the court to be somewhat normal.
Yeah. And social media at that time,
There
we're
wasn't
this-
much of it.
Yeah, we're the same age. So I feel like 14 was when I was probably dialing up to like AOL.
I was dialing up at my grandparents' house.
Yeah. And you're kind of like at this fascinating time of being a famous athlete as social media is kind of coming into play. Over the course of your career, like how was it a major factor for you? Because at a certain age, I assume, is when you started being able to go on and see what everybody was saying.
Yeah.
But at that point, you might have been so firmly rooted and you weren't checking for that.
No, I remember when I first heard about it was my manager came up to me. We were having a meeting and he said, I want to start a Facebook page for you. I was like, what?
Oh, what?
A what? and he said, will you just let me, will you let me start it? And I'll post some like, photos from tournaments and all that. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And little by little, I remember just getting like a little more comfortable with each event and like sharing more. Cause I was so in the zone. Like when I played, I had horse blinders on. And the definition of a fan didn't really resonate with me until I was a little bit older, probably like in my early 20s, where I understood how special a fan is. Just one by one. Like they'd wake up in the middle of the night. And the way that I found out was through social media. Like I was very unaware that there are people that love what you do and that are admirers of you and that wake there on the other side of the world and they will follow your every word, your every step, your every move. And with social media, I started recognizing it. So that was the biggest gift for me because the more that I saw that they engaged with my career, the more I wanted to give back to them and the more comfortable I became.
Huh. That's really fascinating. You were so locked in.
Yeah.
You weren't like participating in fan culture of other. Were you a boy band girl?
Well, at one point, I remember I had a really good friend. Her name was Liberty, and we exchanged CDs during one Christmas. And
That's what music used to be on, kids. I don't know if they know.
And I gave her the NSYNC CD. She gave me the Backstreet Boys CD. Yep.
I was an NSYNC girl.
That
was
I
heated.
like them both.
Yeah. Really, I think we all did.
We all
It's not like I was going to
did.
not
I
let them play my birthday party.
I love the Spice Girls more than any of them.
Same.
But
I loved the Spice Girls.
But in that particular moment, we exchanged those two CDs.
And that is the mark of true friendship.
True friendship.
As a
Same
child.
price.
Yeah, what were they, like $12.99 back then? So speaking of friendship, I feel like throughout your career, there was criticism that the media seemed to have for you about friendship, about that you didn't have a lot of friends amongst tennis players.
Yes.
Where do you stand on that narrative now, with the perspective that you have, having retired, looking back at your career? Why do you think that was such a sticking point for some people? And, how do you feel about it?
Yeah. I think it was a sticking point because I was quite honest about it. Like the stadium and the arena, that was my office. Like that, anyone that was across the net was getting in the way of a trophy. And I didn't have that side of me that could go and have dinner with someone that I would play a Grand Slam final with. I knew that whoever I'm competing with, I wanted to beat. And so I think that's part of the reason why they said
It's
that.
harder to beat your friends, theoretically.
Yeah, and I just wouldn't play that well.
Yeah. It would like cross your wires a little.
Yeah, you're like, well, why would I want to beat my friend?
Yeah.
We're friendly.
Right. And like I know some people are different. Other people are probably
Yeah, and
able to do that.
I know many people that can do that, and they have that boundary. I couldn't. It's
Yeah.
the same like even with like going to events or having brand partnerships. Like I couldn't be in that world. I couldn't go to this event with hundreds of people and then the next day like away from the courts, and then the next day go and play a tournament. Like I had to cut the line at some point. Like there's certainly guardrails in place.
Yeah, which is your job as an athlete, is to protect whatever you need to be in for this
Yeah.
mindset to get
Yeah.
out there and do
Yeah.
what you do.
Yeah.
And what you do is play amazing tennis. For anybody who doesn't know, 2004.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, I bet you still would be pretty good at it.
You'd probably beat me.
In 2004, this was sort of the big first arrival, would you say, the Wimbledon
Yes,
win
of course.
over Serena Williams. Just an incredible. You were how old for this?
17.
Unbelievable
Thank you.
to even fathom at 17. To be in such a huge, with so many eyeballs on you, so much attention, and so much pressure. How the hell, respectfully, does a 17-year-old walk into that situation and come out on top?
Well, I think I was fearless. I look back to that moment, and it resonates so much now than it ever did, because I think I have now, being retired for a few years and just having a zoomed out version and seeing, you know how when you're in something, you don't really notice the details. Even like coming off of one match, your coach says one thing and you're like, really? But I was in there. I didn't feel that. I didn't do that. And then you watch the tape and you're like, they were right. And I look back at that moment and I didn't care where I was. I could have been on court number 18, in Kentucky, where I played one of my first junior tournaments. But I wasn't. I was on center court at Wimbledon, and I was playing defending champion, a multi-Grand Slam champion, Serena Williams, and it didn't faze me. And I think it's hard with today's world where there's constant opinion of how you do it, who you are, what you do. I didn't give a crap about any of that. I loved what I did. I loved performing. I loved compete, and I loved getting better. The idea that even as a young girl, like I loved every week you'd play a junior tournament every weekend, and one day you'd lose to this person, and then the next week you have to play them again. And when I'd beat them the next week, it was like a huge victory, because I was like, I got better. I improved. And that mentality is what won me my first Grand Slam. It's what I think brought every Grand Slam. Is that this like element of fearlessness and going against all odds. And I mean, back to what the podcast is about and why I created it, is like I lived the identity of being pretty tough. Like for any champion, it's impossible not to be tough, right? In a sporting world.
Yeah. This obviously sort of kicked off a storyline people loved to follow, which was your relationship with Serena.
Yes.
Which
has a great ending.
Yes, and a kind of like a surprise and fun ending.
Yeah, we love a surprise.
It was such a fun little twist. So much has been written and spoken and discussed about this relationship between the two of you. How would you best describe how it started, how it evolved, and where it stands now?
Well, we were the greatest of competitors. I think if anyone asks like who is a tennis player that's the greatest competitor in for years, I think Serena and I would be at the top of that list. And we didn't like to lose, whether it's against each other or anyone else, but especially against each other, because we fought for the same titles. We fought for the same Grand Slams. At the biggest stage of her career and at the biggest stage of mine, I won that match in London, and that was a tough match to lose, right, for her. And I think in some ways she was like, well, I'm going to step it up. And boy, did she. Every time that we played, she was so strong and so focused and played incredible tennis, as she always does. But there was another element of performance when we played against each other. So we went from having like the toughest, some of my biggest victories, some of the toughest losses, to acknowledging that at the end of the day, we have so much respect for each other. This like ultimate respect for a champion, right? For carrying a lot. I mean, every tournament, internationally, every single event, showing up and not just playing, doing all the responsibilities that comes with being an athlete. Like, we had a lot on our backs for so many years. And I think we always respected each other, but when we hung up the racket, I think we really recognized that, like, we did this together. And so when I got a chance, when the Hall of Fame asked me, is there someone that you would like to introduce you at the ceremony, her name was the first name that came up. There's no one else. Now, whether she'd say yes or no, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Did you have to like give yourself a pep talk to have that conversation with her, or do you not have? Is it you that makes that call?
Yeah,
and
I
says,
called her.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in touch. So,
Yeah.
I sent her a note and I asked her, and we spoke for over an hour and didn't even touch upon the Hall of Fame until the last. I was like, oh wait, by the way,
the reason I called.
The reason I called, and then you realize. I mean, we spoke about children. We spoke about the way we're bringing up our girls and because the way we grew up was very different. And our fathers have a very similar trajectory of doing everything, sacrificing so much for their daughters. So there's just so much common ground and respect. And yeah, that moment when she came on stage, I think was a surprise for everyone, even for my father. He didn't know.
No way.
Yeah, nobody knew. Yeah.
Wait, I love that. That's amazing.
Why does anyone have to know?
That's amazing. How do you keep a secret like that?
You don't talk about it.
Yeah, that's it. That is the key. That's where I keep screwing up. That's the part I keep forgetting. I'm over here just yapping all the time.
That's why you have a podcast and you're good at your job.
I guess. It was such a shock that I feel like, didn't she even forget to give you the
trophy? Yeah, she didn't want to give me the trophy.
But it is part of it. You do have to give it.
The oohs and ahs when she walked out.
I mean, people were like, gasp, something has happened.
I was like, I don't want to see the stage. I want to see the crowd. There was a view, like a bird's eye view. And I was like, that is my favorite video of everyone.
It's absolutely
just like
amazing.
Everyone turning to each other and being like, what?
It's amazing. And it's nice to hear that, like, the evolution of the relationship is that, like, on the other side of it, you both can see with clearer eyes now how similar and how much of your life has been sort of mirrored in each other's lives and etc. And you guys are still friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Check mark, checking in just to make sure. Look, one of the most fascinating things about tennis to me as a person who struggles the most with, it was always a mental for me. Like, I played softball in high school. Please, we're not talking about me. But just so to set up this question, the struggle for me was always like kind of locking in. You are the literal opposite of that. Your ability to lock in, and correct me if I'm wrong, your ability to lock in seems to be like one of your biggest strengths, is that you can sort of silence the noise and focus. And for tennis in general, I feel like that is crucial because more than most any other sport, it's just you alone. I know there's doubles, but for the sake of it's you by yourself. It's on a stage with a ton of people around you, but everybody's quiet and looking at you. And you're facing just you and the enemy. And there's like no like teammate. There's no, I know the rules for interacting with your coach have changed in recent years.
There's more of that
but there is still barely any. And it just, how could you possibly mentally how do you deal with that type of pressure?
Well, it started in 2004, and I made it to the finals. Right before the final of Wimbledon, my coach came up to me because he was just noticing how many people would come in for a photo and an autograph, and they wanted to talk to me. And I mean, it was all new for us. Like, this was an entirely new experience. And he was kind of like, within a few minutes, he's like sick of it. And he comes over and, I have a big final ahead of me. And he's like, from now on, you put on those horse blinders and you don't see left or right. You just look straight ahead. And I
that did
felt
it.
I felt like from that moment, I will never forget those words, because that's what was required to not lose sight of the goal. Like, as much as, with more things you achieve, the more opportunities you get and the more distractions you have. And sometimes they're healthy distractions, and other times they're just taking you away from a bigger goal. And more so than not. And now, I mean, look at, young athletes now. So I felt like I look back to that and I always remember it. When I felt a little out of place, when I felt like my head was, a little too big, when I was doing a little too much away from the courts, and, I had to dial it back in, and I just thought of those horse blinders. Because at the end of the day, like, nothing gave me more satisfaction than, like, getting in bed after a really long training day. When you've given everything you could possibly give from your body and from your mind, and you're so exhausted, you're so depleted, but you're so proud of what you did. You gave everything you had, and that gave me more satisfaction than any photo shoot, than any appearance, than any event. And so I always thought of that. I always went back to that feeling. That's what I'm most proud of.
Did you ever have moments? Do you have any like advice for anyone who's spiraling in like a negative self-talk? Because my thought is, like, if that were me alone on a tennis court and one of those crept in, one of those, like, they're right about you, you don't have it.
But you see,
You're
it
not.
always goes back to other people.
Yeah. So that's
you see,
the
the things
key.
you reference is like they, she, he, my parents, it's not about them.
Yeah.
It's about you.
Damn, you did that with ease. The way you just were like, that's the issue. Yeah.
I mean, it's always about other people. Like,
Yeah.
Someone asked me to write down like a message to my younger self, and I said, follow your instinct. Like, your instinct most of the time is correct. Don't hesitate. Just make a decision, move on with it. And if it's the wrong one, you'll figure it out. But it's your mistake. It's not anyone else's, and you can't use that as an excuse.
Damn.
Hmm.
Damn.
Did
worked.
that feel a little bit like therapy?
A little bit. That really did work. Thank you very much for that.
I mean, your posture really
I
changed.
feel like I've got to get my shit together now. That was the best speech I've ever gotten. You mentioned before.
Where do we go from here?
We'll see. I mean, nowhere to go but up. You talked before about when your dad was your coach.
Yes.
And that when you were 21, your dad was no longer your coach. Is that a tough conversation? Was that like
Not at all.
No?
Oh, with my dad?
Yeah. Did you have to say like, "Hey, Dad, it's not working"?
No,
Bye.
it actually was working. I won my 3rd Grand Slam.
Yeah.
And I knew that he was on this journey with me from when I was a young girl, and he was my coach for so many years, and he continued to be. But I wanted to fly, and I wanted to show him that I could do it on my own. And I won my 3rd Grand Slam, and that's not usually when you fire a team that's, helped you get you to, the peak of your career. And that was some of the best tennis that I played. But I was ready. I was ready, to make, to do it on my own. Not on my own. Like, I had a phenomenal team, and he very much was part of that team, but just not at every match and not at every tournament.
And he took that well.
Yeah, he was actually quite happy.
He's like, "Oh, thank
I
God."
can ski now and I can hike, and yeah, he's on a permanent vacation.
He's like, "I can live my life.
Yeah.
This is exciting."
While I'm still following her life.
Yeah. Yes. Of course. There's no way any dad coach, even when they're not your coach anymore, they're still going to be like, "You notice that thing you were doing with your wrist?"
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't just an incredible tennis player. You also managed to have, and you sort of alluded to this before, like business interests that you participated in outside of. I remember one of the first things was that you were like an early investor in Supergoop.
Yes.
That amazing sunscreen. And and then there was Sugar Pova,
Yeah.
which was the candy, which I
Candy,
know a lot of
yeah.
people were like, an athlete candy.
Yep.
And I was like, I think it makes sense because you've
I
got to,
love candy.
you got to treat yourself.
I still eat candy.
Yeah, athletes don't go. People always act so shocked when they're like, "What? That guy eats McDonald's after a basketball game?" And you're like, "Yeah, you still are human.
Yeah,
you still
have to
can't s-
find your own personal balance.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, for me it was sweets. I have a
You're still got a sweet.
Oh, I love sweets.
What's your favorite candy?
Oh, I love everything.
Yeah, all of
It's
it.
kind of
You don't turn any of it down.
No, it's a problem.
Licorice.
I just had a birthday and I was like,
Oh,
I
that's
just-
right.
I
Happy
love cake.
birthday! How did I not?
I was
start
like,
with
I
that?
love cake.
What kind of cake did you have?
Well, it was kind of a disaster because we I thought I was getting carrot cake because we love
Yum.
this particular bakery. And the cake comes and it is not a carrot cake. So they I think I got someone else's cake.
What was it? So you don't even
It
know.
was vanilla.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
so a little boring, but
It's
still
okay.
good.
It was a great lunch and the food was great, but it was not the
Not
cake
the
that I
cake
had
that you
asked for.
wanted. Vanilla with vanilla frosting or with like
Yeah.
chocolate frosting?
No, it was
Yeah.
vanilla.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, it was too vanilla.
Yeah. Damn.
But-
really ruined the whole birthday, you said? That's what you just said? Is that it ruined your entire birthday?
I did not say that. You did.
Why was it important to you to have other, I don't know, like business ventures outside of tennis? And how did you choose which ones to take and which ones to pass on?
Well, I recognized from an early age that as a female athlete, your time will come and it will come much sooner than if you were in another profession, right? If you were a business leader or an artist, you have many more years than a female athlete, whether it is because you no longer want to do it, whether your body gives up or because you want to start a family. Like there is a finish line that's a lot sooner than for other women. And in my early 20s, when I started making a little more money and felt, more financially comfortable where I could take chances with money and I could invest in things that didn't require that immediate return of investment, I started, taking a few bets on people and companies that I was impressed with, and Supergoop was one of them.
Yeah, it feels like it was stuff that you interacted with as a consumer, which is really helpful in these situations because I feel like it's something you believed in because you used it.
It's also somewhat of a philosophy that I followed ever since. Like I want to be a consumer myself, but equally I want to send it to my mom and my friends, and I want them to give me their feedback. And most of the time I do. I mean, my last investment is in a gummy supplement called Amulet, and it is lactoferrin with creatine, and I sent it to about 15, 20 of my friends, and I said, here's a survey, fill it out at the end. And I had like incredible feedback. I was like, it's either me, but I love this product. I have it every day. And that's how I invested.
Yeah.
Because I recognized that you can be 20 years old, 45, 50, and it works for you.
Yeah. And not just business too. You had like a reputation for like being like a style icon. Does that feel right to you? Does that sit well with your spirit? Ever since that little black dress, I feel like we've been talking about you as like a...
I don't know about spirit. I think it was tennis is one of the few sports where you can, if you have a sponsor and a brand that you're able to work with and has flexibility on creating looks for you, which I did with Nike. I mean, I had to earn their trust.
Mm-hmm.
I had to win a few things before I got a custom look. Then it turns into something like is an extension of yourself and the look that you want to, I guess, showcase. But ultimately, it wasn't about like showing something that's loud or, I don't know. It wasn't really about making noise. It was about anything that I wore was like my armor. It was like my uniform. And when I'm on the court, you do play better when you're wearing something that feels in which you're confident and you're comfortable and you know that each seam is in the right place, and each cutout is where it needs to be, and the material is just effortless, right? Like it's just second skin. So that's the feeling that I like loved. I mean, I did love putting it on in the locker room and everyone's like,
And everyone
great
went,
dress.
Wow.
Yeah.
And everyone said, wow. Also, this was fun in my prep for this. I realized that you.
There was prep?
Yeah. What?
Okay.
Does it not feel like
No,
it?
it's
Is this bad?
No,
Am I doing a bad job?
No, I want to
Maria
learn
Sharapova?
from you. I want to learn for like how you do your prep.
This, I was just reading random stuff, anything I could find with your name on it, and I saw that you designed. At some point, you were doing designs for Cole Haan.
Yeah.
And that the shoe. I think it's a ballet flat.
Yes.
That you designed is like one of their best selling articles to this day.
Yes.
How crazy is that?
Well, that came about because Cole Haan was owned by Nike, and I wanted to branch out. And when you're a Nike athlete, there's not a lot of other brand partnership you can have because of the deals that you have.
They own you.
Well, I wouldn't go there, but there's certain limitations to
Yeah.
what you can do. And because it was a Nike-owned brand, they allowed me to create this line, and this ballet flat ended up being one of their best-selling SKUs.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
Great
actually
for revenue.
gonna get one if I still can.
Might be on eBay.
You mentioned, I'll find it. I'll track it down. That'll be my
I mean, you went on a
post-prep.
rabbit hole
Yeah,
of prep.
I've
so-
got it all. I truly, if there's anything about you forget, I have it in here.
Oh, goodness.
I want to talk about retirement. A lot of
Yes.
athletes, when they retire, it's a common theme we hear about, filling the hole that tennis used to fill. It was so much of your life. Like we said,
Yeah.
you've been doing it since you were young. I think 4 was when you picked up a
Yes,
tennis racket.
yes.
And so once you retired, does it hit you? What has filled that hole now in you? Where do you find that you can put the Maria Sharapova that was molded by this sport, this competitive, this fierce, this horse blinders? Where does she show up now that you've retired from professional tennis?
Well, it's hard to have horse blinders on for all of your life,
I
right? Because tennis was very specific and it required it. Because as we spoke, you are your own, you're this individual in this huge arena with millions of eyeballs. So I don't, even though the sport was a huge part of my identity, it wasn't me. Like the attributes of it, like the adjectives, the fierceness, the competitiveness, that was like when I used to travel and you filled out those forms, like you're like, welcome to Australia, here's, what's your profession? I used to always write athlete. And I felt so proud, like writing that I am an athlete, because it's like, that's who I am. And when you retire and you have to fill out those forms, but I still do it because the identity of that, it's a mentality. It's like, of course I showcased that mentality and I had a platform to showcase in the arena, but it was like a spirit inside. And that doesn't go away, like that, of course. And it's brought me, I know I've always had a healthy relationship with understanding that this is not your entire life. And I think that's why thank goodness that I was smart enough at a young age to recognize that you might get injured. And I did. I had, several surgeries on my shoulder. I had several opportunities where I could have just said, you know what, this is the end. And it may have come sooner than I wanted to. So I was always preparing, always getting ready, always, educating myself, taking internships. I remember going into Adam Silver's office and shadowing him for several days, and everyone's like, what is she doing here? and at the end of the day, learning. I mean, that's the beauty of who we are, is like trying to get better. And now as a mother, I mean, every day, for better or worse.
Every day, I'm sure.
Every day, for better or worse, I get to learn about my son, about myself, and applying, I mean, many of the lessons. The patience.
The patience I hear is
The
huge.
patience. The perseverance.
Speaking of which, he turns 4
Yes.
this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Has he picked up a
Yeah, he's
tennis
not
racket?
showing much
No.
interest.
And
No,
that's fine.
totally.
He's on his own journey.
No.
What's
totally.
your approach to that? Are you going to just sort of softly nudge towards any type of sport in particular, or maybe tennis specifically?
I
Or are
don't know
you
if
sort of just
softly-
letting him
I don't know if
decide?
softly is a word you can
You're like,
associate
yeah,
with.
true.
Actually, it's something that Serena and I spoke about, is like, how do you navigate raising a child in in the world today.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you push versus allow them to find their right passion? And yeah, it's such a strange. I don't know. I don't know what my
And
philosophy
how do
is.
you know? It's
I
like
don't know.
I'm
I
asking you
mean,
because I'm fascinated by these thoughts you have to
well,
think.
there are a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
Right. And we have the World Wide Web and
Uh-huh.
AI and.
You can read every opinion anyone's ever had on
I
the
mean,
subject.
you have experts on every subject.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think you also have to listen to your gut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like my mom didn't have much help. She certainly didn't have resources. She had her mother to help. And even though that's not, I mean, we have a lot more help now, but that you still got to go back to your instinct.
If you had your way, would
Mhm.
he play tennis?
I don't really have it like a certain way.
Yeah.
I don't. You kind of have to. You recognize pretty early. Like he's not into rackets or like when he sees a racket or a ball, he's not like, oh yeah, let's go do
What's
it.
his problem?
No, well,
What's his deal? Why is he not? Doesn't he know the family business?
well, whose problem is it? Maybe it's my husband's.
What if he came to you and he's like, I want to play baseball? Are you like,
Well, I wouldn't know
Let's
much
go.
about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I will be driving him as long as it takes.
yeah? And
Yeah.
I think the skills of being a tennis player do apply to other. It's a lot of it's mentality stuff.
Yeah.
And they, growing up, they told us every sport I played, every youth sport, they were like, it's 90% mental. And so 90% of baseball you could help him with because it would just be about mentality.
I also think because I was like, I just had one lane. Like I only play anything I did was for tennis, really. But I also like the idea that, you know, you do maybe 2 or 3 things, and then you learn certain skill sets, and as you get older, you start to understand where those skill sets can apply. I think the way that I grew up and just leaning into one thing, I don't know if it's right or wrong. It was my way, but I don't know if that's right for all kids. I'm still navigating it.
Yeah. Well, and
It's early.
yeah. You liking it?
I love it.
It's so rewarding, they say.
Yeah, it's rewarding, but also it's such a reflection of the parents.
Yeah.
Like you and your husband it's right in front of you. It's just a lot younger.
Is there anything from your childhood you see now through a different lens now that you're on the parent side where like moments you've had with your parents where you go like, I never even thought about this, and now that I'm the parent in this relationship, I understand them better
I
now?
think just the constant worry, like you know, they have like a little cough, and you're
Like, is this the worst thing or is it nothing?
yeah. It's like, especially the first year, you're
Yeah.
just it's all so new, so anything is a big deal. But you know, and as they say, as you have more children, like you're at the third, you're probably like, okay, none of this is really a big deal. They're so resilient.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You just kind of go with the flow,
Yeah.
but it's stressful.
Yes.
Yeah,
These are
especially
all the
being
things you're
away.
saying are reasons I'm opting out.
And especially if you choose as a mother to, you know, to still work and or required to, like that distance is full of guilt. I mean, being, you know, having to leave your kid at the door that is, you know, tearful and that doesn't want you to leave is hard. It's really hard.
How do you deal with that?
I mean, I'm always someone that I don't try to shy away from moments that make you feel challenged or make you feel hurt. And perhaps that's because of what I did in my life is like I lost so often. Like I had to feel it, you know, I had to feel, you know, you lose and then you go into press conference and then, you know, handling that and like being a professional about it. And then, you know, walking into the hotel where everyone's, you know, kind of feeling sad for, and you're like, no, you know, like always having to show up for others while you're kind of hurting as well. But then like, what do you do about it? You know? So I leave home with that guilt, but I equally know that he is so supported and is comfortable and has amazing people around him. But also I come back home feeling like invigorated and knowing that I work. I'm an ambitious woman, and I certainly I don't feel bad about it, but I know that makes me a better person, that makes me a better mother. When I commit to it, I do my work, and then I come home and I'm able to be a mom.
Yeah. And you're showing him what a strong woman can do. You're leading by example.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I think you got it.
I don't know if I can give myself that compliment.
I will.
but
I will. Can I ask? This one's kind of out of left field. Pickleball. What's up with that?
Not a fan.
No.
No.
Why not?
Are you?
No.
Well, I played once.
Yeah.
I committed to this exhibition with John McEnroe.
Oh,
And-
just pickup game. Yeah, yeah.
Well, it was on TV, and we decided to do this exhibition, and it was when it was all the rage, like the beginning of the rage, and I gave it a shot, and I don't. It's just I'd rather play something that I know better.
Yeah. That's logical. That actually makes sense.
I
why you
also
don't
think
like
it's like a disaster for injuries.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I always thought people were saying, "Oh, I love it because my parents can play it together and it's like a
Well,
low impact." But maybe then all the kids
You think it's
came
low
in.
impact, but then you get really competitive, and then you make a move that your body is like, "What are you doing?
Where's this?"
You're not meant to be doing this," and you end up hurting yourself, and then you can't do anything. So it's kind of, I feel like since retiring, like anything you do workout wise, like if you go to a class, have you noticed where you don't really warm up?
Huh.
Nobody warms up.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
We've been warming up for centuries. You got to warm up. I mean, cool
you do
down,
prep.
warm up. Yeah, you've got to do the.
You just go from like 0 to 100. I mean,
Wild.
think of like hot yoga or a HIIT class or a cycling class. You arrive within 3 minutes, your heartbeat is, I don't know, like 150s. That's unfamiliar territory to me.
Yeah. All right, pickleball. We're done with you.
Yeah, no.
No more. To each their own. If other people like it.
The paddle's the thing now.
Do
Padel,
you-
sorry.
Oh, is that
Padel.
what it really is? Padel.
Padel. Paddle.
What's that?
Padel.
Why is that based off of something?
They say
Is
it's
there a
like an
reason?
intellectual version. I don't know.
Come on. They do.
That's the rumor.
Padel.
I cannot confirm or deny.
It just, what hurt pickleball for me was that it got into one of those, like, everybody was talking about it all the time.
Oh.
Being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of like,
Well, everyone was buying up teams.
yes, there was like this big, and then there was a lot of like investment in the
There's
space.
a lot of
And
investment.
it was just
Yep.
like
and there still is.
yeah.
There's still some of it.
I bristled with
It's not-
that. I was
yeah,
just like, what is this?
I don't think it's well, I
Padel.
haven't. It's not interesting on TV. It's
Yeah.
hard to follow,
Yeah.
which is always a big metric.
Speaking of TV,
Okay.
do you watch a lot of tennis now?
I do, like I do for the majors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that experience like?
I love it.
Yeah. You're still,
I love watching.
yeah.
Yeah,
What's-
I mean, I love following. I love having no responsibility, but just being a fan of something that I know so well, and like following through this like momentum changes. And when everyone's like drinking their beer, I'm like, this is a big point. I like hit them in the chest. But it's fun. I mean, it's so much fun. I went to Wimbledon and as a spectator and sat in a royal box, which is
So
where
interesting.
everyone is, beautifully dressed and just drinking Pimm's and eating strawberries and cream. And I was like,
Much better experience than being down there, huh?
I'm like, what have I been missing?
You're like, what in the French Riviera is this? I feel like I'm on vacation.
Or, when you're sitting in a suite at the US Open and everyone's just jumping and clapping and, spilling beers all over the place. And you're like, this is so much fun.
Yeah. And so none of it, it doesn't stress you out.
No.
You don't go like, oh, I can't watch that. I miss it too much.
No,
You still
no.
just you
No,
love it.
from the day I said I'm done, is I've had a very familiar distance, comfortable distance.
It feels so healthy. It feels
I-
like
I
you've got a
feel
very
good about
healthy
it.
relationship
I
with
feel really good about it.
it's really beautiful.
If there's one thing I can brag about.
It's that. What about you? But you don't want to work in tennis. You don't want to do commentating. You wouldn't want to
I
do.
don't have the time.
Yeah.
I've always I think I've chosen like my words wisely in the past. I'm not someone that just
well,
talks.
you're
for
in the
sake.
podcast space now, so
well, I know
welcome
that's
to
what
it.
Chelsea Handler told me. She's like,
You're gonna say something and then you're gonna go, "That's not what I meant." No, I'm talking too much.
That's okay. I mean, that's the beauty of it. That's the fun of it.
Yeah.
But like when you asked me about commentating, it's like, I mean, you're on air for several hours just talking tennis. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'd be good at that. I don't know. Maybe. Never say never.
You'd be very good at it.
Be fun to try.
I personally think you'd be very good at it.
Let's do it together.
Okay, yeah, I can't.
be
I don't. I'm so tennis dumb. I've made
Well,
it
that
through
will make it
most of
fun.
this interview without you noticing just how dumb I am about tennis. I came to tennis late. I find it thrilling. I also have to keep reminding myself how it's scored. It's really it doesn't
the whole
stick.
juice and
It's very
add in.
confusing, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Um.
And the guys, are they gorgeous too?
I mean, they sometimes, but let's not
Yeah.
give. They've got enough going for them. They don't need to hear that from me. I actually can't believe I got this far without asking you about the grunting. Do you
Oh.
feel like that was people made such a big deal about
Yeah.
it all the time? It felt like the headline that they led with. I assume
We've covered a lot of headlines.
I
today.
know, but that just is that just like naturally? If you tried to stop, it would feel like
Oh,
you're
yeah, I would
holding
still grunt.
yourself back.
I'd
yeah,
still grunt if
Yeah.
I play now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And-
There just wouldn't be as much power behind the ball. But the grunt would be just as loud.
How does your body feel now that you're retired? Does it do the parts that hurt and were bothering
my
you before
shoulders
still
like
hurt?
still not the same, but it's fine.
But it's fine.
I don't have to serve.
Was it kind to you? Was it like, thank you for stopping?
Yeah.
Was there a little bit where it was like, oh, I can actually just recover from
I
everything
didn't, well,
you've
I didn't
done?
know. Like, I was like on a total fitness kick right out because we went into COVID, and I was so.
That's right. Hold on.
Yeah.
You announced that you were retiring
Like
in
a couple
February of
weeks.
2020.
A couple of weeks before lockdown, and I was so like aware of. Wait, I've just been working out for the entirety of my career. Like workout was my job. How do I go from that to sitting on the
couch,
sofa
yeah.
all day long? My husband doesn't allow me to say couch. He says sofa.
Oh, why is that? What's
Because
that
he's
about?
English.
And they don't say couch.
I think they do, but it doesn't sound as good.
He's also your fiance. Okay, if you can't say couch, he can't say husband. Ay, ay, ay.
Anyway,
All right, we had a little bit to wrap this up, something silly and stupid and fun.
okay.
Okay, we were inspired by Sugarpova
Sure.
being a great pun. So the name of this game is Maria Shara blank. If you had to pick one person or a group of people, living or dead, with whom would you most want to share the following things? Okay, does this make sense? Who would Maria share a tennis court with?
Whew.
Of anybody in the world, alive or dead?
Madonna.
Just so you could smoke her? Just so you could absolutely just destroy her?
It's just the first person that came to mind. There
Yeah.
is no rhyme or reason for my answer.
Okay, perfect. Let's continue then under that guise. Who would Maria share a basketball court with? You're tall, so that to us means you probably can ball.
Oh, Luka Doncic. I'm so invested in the Lakers season right now.
You are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big basketball fan.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Luca?
Since the trade,
yeah.
I've been.
Didn't he buy a house
don't know.
from you?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
You know.
He bought a house from you.
Did he?
Yeah, I thought.
I don't know.
What's
Check
happening?
your prep.
Okay, shoot. Who would Maria share a boxing ring with?
Oh, against each other.
Uh-huh. Who would you fight in a boxing ring?
Oh, that is perhaps a journalist. I don't.
Okay. And we'll just say just any of them, right?
Oh, yeah. Not one comes to mind.
No. That's the most insulting thing you can say is like, I can't think of their name. I just. Who would Maria share a karaoke mic with? Who would you sing a karaoke song with? There's your Madonna answer. We blew it too early, so you can't say it again.
I can't say it. Wow. Katy Perry?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun.
What would you sing?
Ooh. Well, I love. It's been a while since I've done karaoke, but Cher's "Do You Believe in Love" is my go-to.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
That's a tough getting up there and
I
hitting
can
those
do it.
notes. Okay, I believe you. Who would Maria share a 10-hour flight with? Sitting next to them 10 hours in the air, no Wi-Fi.
Chelsea Handler.
That's a good one.
I don't have to speak.
Yeah. She'll fill it. She'll fill it. And you'll laugh the whole
And
way.
also, like, she will read a book within an hour and like give you all of the cliff notes.
Really?
Yeah.
She's like a
she-
speed reader?
And like so intellectually bright
Damn.
that she'll give you complicated words and divide them and just let you know what they mean, and you just feel so much smarter.
That's amazing. a perfect use of a 10-hour flight.
Yeah.
Who would Maria share a milkshake with? 2 straws. You get your own straw. But who are you sipping a milkshake with?
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Can I say my son?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Because that's like his favorite thing.
A milkshake?
Yeah.
What's his
he
favorite
loves
flavor?
strawberry.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Just like his mom.
Yeah, strawberry
Yeah.
milkshake's underrated.
It's the first thing that came to mind.
You ever had a strawberry milkshake with Oreos in it?
I used to go to this ice cream creamery called Cold Stone. Does that still exist?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say some little mom and pop shop, a little place called Cold Stone where you could order
I
it,
used
love
to
it, or
get
gotta
the
have
mo-
it.
I don't. Oh God.
A
That's so
local
embarrassing.
creamery.
I didn't say local
no, I know,
creamery.
I know.
You did. No, but I used to get strawberry with Snickers in it. And everyone would mock me for that combo. But I loved how cold the Snickers got. And then Snickers created an ice cream.
And then you could cut out the
And
middleman.
then I should have gotten royalty for that.
Yeah, you should have. It was your idea. She had it first. All right, last one. Who would Maria share an episode of Pretty Tough with? Who is your dream guest?
Marina Abramovic.
Beautiful.
Do you know who she is?
Yes.
She's an incredible artist. She's from Serbia, an immigrant. Her art wasn't accepted for many. She's a risky artist, right?
Yeah.
She's a performance experience artist. I love her mind. She is one of the toughest ladies in the art space. So yeah, her.
What a good answer. And that's a really good plug for Pretty Tough, Maria's new podcast, which is out now. First episode, Zoe Saldana, available on all major podcast platforms and on YouTube. Welcome to the mud, kid. You're out here in YouTube.
I'm here.
At Maria Sharapova. You guys can find that weekly. Maria, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's so cool to
This
have
was
met
really
you
fun.
and to have this conversation. You are incredible, and it's very cool.
Thank you for supporting us.
Okay, we're back. Wow. Feeling good, feeling great. What a lovely... She's just great. She's
awesome.
talented and pretty and tall.
Had some
And doesn't
some
think you do any
wise
prep.
things to say.
Yes,
just about
she's-
growth and
The thing about how often she's lost and how she has to face she's like, I lose all the time in front of people and have to answer for it.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that's, again, as we were talking about before, not really something we're doing anymore in broader society. So to hear the effect that had on her, fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And we're so grateful for her for being here and hope that her podcast is a smash hit. It was just great. Let's get into some of these. As always, this podcast is too long again. I don't know what to do. It gives me a headache every time. But I don't want to skip any of this. So we got a voicemail from Maria. We're going to answer some fan mail now. Let's start with this voicemail from Maria. Chris, can you play this for me?
Hi, Katie and the Casuals. My name is Maria from Portland, Oregon. Longtime listener, first-time caller. And I wanted to call to ask to help get some national attention because I think shame might be the only way this situation gets fixed in any capacity. I'm a big Portland Trailblazers fan, and our team was recently sold, previously owned by Paul Allen. He died. It had to be sold on a certain timeline, and it's now been purchased by an ownership group led by Tom Dundon, who is apparently like a subprime mortgage guy. Okay,
Sick.
Not great up top. He also owns the Carolina Hurricanes, and I am not, I'm a total casual for the NHL. So when this all went down, no one really knew what to make of it. Mostly we were just concerned about a new owner potentially moving the team. So no one could really wrap their heads around what was going on. So now he officially owns the Blazers, and things are immediately getting dicey. We are currently in San Antonio for our first round playoff series. We were not projected to make it past like 9 or 10, so I'm taking it as a huge win. However, his cost-saving cheapskate techniques are already being so completely egregious. We are the only team in the NBA that is not sending their two-way players to attend their playoff series. Caleb Love was a two-way player for us, and we are not in the position we are in without Caleb Love being so clutch for us in the middle of the season when we had so many injuries. And instead of him getting to celebrate with the team that he is a member of and he helped us get to the playoffs, he is sitting in Portland and watching it at home. Additionally, he did not send our reporter, our photographer. There's reports of forcing staff in hotels to have early checkouts. There's just all of these weird stories coming out, and he apparently is notoriously a massive cheapskate. And here's the thing. He owns our team now. We as Portland Trailblazers fans have no level of recourse or anywhere to go with this. So I feel like the only thing that we can do is just ask national media to highlight what an absolute cheapskate he is. You can spend billions of dollars to buy an NBA franchise, but then you can't spend a couple of $1,000s to make sure that the people that are members of your team, whether they are players or like the beloved media that follows the team and gives us the fan experience of being there even if we're not, he can't shell out for them to be part of this process. And it's also he can save a little bit of money. So anyway, we have no recourse except shame. So I'm just hoping that we can all just shame billionaires a little bit together. Love you. Mean it.
Oh, what? I mean, first call, nailed it. That's
that's the longest voicemail we've ever played, and I didn't want to cut a single second of it
can't.
because it was so good.
You can't early check out from that. You've got to stay for
Exactly.
the entire thing. I mean,
Kudos to Maria.
this story is absurd, and I do not like the way that it feels. Just as somebody who recently reminded herself what happened really with the Sonics when they moved them out of Seattle, and all the runaround of the like, no, we're not going to go anywhere, and then like the things you watched happen, and the way you were like, oh, it looks like they're setting up to take this team away. It's nothing new, but I'm really at critical mass with billionaires. I'm done. You've got the money to buy these things, and then you get the everybody else, the taxpayers, to pay for all your expenses, and then you cut costs, and then this sucks. Does anyone have anything
Private equity
smarter to-
ruining
Yeah.
Panera is one thing. Don't ruin sports teams.
Dude, I almost don't even want to say, because I don't want to admit how much how recently I've eaten Panera, but Dan and I got a Panera. It's almost like nostalgic, because it was one of the places that was like open and would deliver food for the pandemic. I feel like we went back into Panera pretty heavy during the demi. And so Dan and I got it like flashback, throwback, let's get a Panera. It was horrendous. Like the bread was like, it tasted, and I was like, this tastes like it was frozen and then microwaved. And
It was.
I was like, this
They
is
don't
wrong.
bake it in the.
I know.
They don't bake it in
and
house anymore.
And then I came across a story that was like, yeah, they got bought out or whatever, and now it's all different. And I was like, this is awful. At what point are they going to go like, oh, oops, you can't just always cut costs. You also have to provide something in exchange. You have to give people something. You can't just take.
I mean, if you can do 60% of the business at 50% of the cost, I don't know. Does that math
But you
work?
can't. We can't keep letting them. No playoff T-shirts for fans. They're looking to bring in a coach for $1 million, which maybe $1.5 million. Maybe they'll really splurge, but that is about a quarter of the going rate for a coach. Isabella knows that. That's what she's asking for. You couldn't even get Isabella for $1.5 million. 54-year-old Texas billionaire who thrived in the auto loan business has collected pickleball assets.
What the hell does that mean?
It just means that when everybody's money was getting invested into pickleball, he was like, oh, cool, I'll do it too.
When everybody blows their Achilles and they don't play anymore, he's like, I'll take your paddle.
That's padel, actually. When asked at his introductory news conference if he cared if he was liked, what is it, Tom Dundon?
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name? Dundon. Law
The
and
criminal
Order
justice
said,
system.
exactly.
Fuck this guy.
In the list of things I care about, it's lower. Great. Sounds like a real winner. So sorry to Maria and Blazers fans. We'll keep our eyes on this story and we'll cover it as best we can, because that really stinks and sucks. We got an email, Chris, from, is it Teppy?
I think Teppy, yeah.
Okay, Teppy, what do we got?
Teppy said, did you see Emma Hayes wearing a Hello Kitty hat during the game the other week? This was during the USA-Japan
Yes.
friendly that they had, what was that, a week and a half ago,
Something
I think?
like that.
Turns out it's a new line of US soccer merch. My first thought was letting Isabella know, since she missed out on the Dodger giveaway. I think maybe the Hello Kitty of it all was swaying Isabella to being a Dodgers fan. I think if maybe she could scratch that itch with another team, she could forget about the Dodgers altogether, which I think we've clearly established that Isabella has.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah.
Which might be better for everyone because, frankly, the U.S. women's national team is a way better team to support than the Dodgers. Sorry, actual Dodgers fans. And I think with the World Cup coming up next year, thanks for reminding Gianni Infantino about that
for
one. We
real.
need to start getting Isabella familiar with the team and all the kick-ass women on it.
All right, I'll take a look at that line.
Yeah, there's no chance she's going to say no. The problem is this. Whenever I see Hello Kitty plus sports or anything that reminds me of Isabella plus sports, I just buy it for her. I'm really spoiling this girl.
Yeah, like look what she
In
got
a
me,
way
guys.
that
It's
is crazy. I was shopping a Betsy Johnson
sick.
sale, and Betsy Johnson has a sports line. I didn't know about this, but I actually
check
found
it.
out about it because Lisa Traeger sent me a message on Instagram, and she was like, if anybody likes Betsy Johnson, she's selling her sports stuff. So I bumped into this tennis wallet that I thought, I was like, oh, Isabella likes tennis. This is so cute. And I got myself the baseball one, and I got Isabella the... But I'm like, I hope I'm not making a weird relationship where I just buy you stuff all the time. I'm just trying to feed your
No,
sports
I know, and I love it.
fandom. Okay, cool. But just like also at the same time, don't get used to it. You know what I mean? At some point,
I
this money's
am.
going to run out. So, and you can buy it for me. Can we fit one more in, or do we have to go? Can we do one more voicemail?
Tightly.
Please, Dad. Okay, play
Tightly.
play Aviv's voicemail, please.
Hi, Katie and the casualties. So my name's Aviv, and I'm calling from Pennsylvania, and I'm a teacher, and I was thinking about becoming an official for the softball team, and I thought, well, if I have a question about softball, the first person I want to call is Katie Nolan, famously. So when I was looking at the manual for officials, in the foreword it says, unless one is willing to devote a large amount of time, energy, and personal effort, it is best to find some other vocation and leave sports officiating to those whose dedication is total. So my question is, should I go for it, or should I leave officiating to those whose dedication is total? Let me know. Love you. Mean it.
And now this is to be
A high school?
an ump for high school softball?
I was pretty sure it was a Scientology handbook.
I mean, what in the going clear is this? I have to devote my life to being a high school softball ump, or else it's not the gig for me? Is it even a paying gig?
Good question.
That is...
Not sure.
Look, Aviv, I hate to say it, but it
Fascinating.
feels like you got no other option but to devote your life to balls and strikes. This is the... who's more dedicated than you? That's crazy. And also my experience with high school girls softball umps, they were not that into it. It was not, they didn't live.
They didn't read the handbook clearly.
Yeah, I think they must have skipped that page because there were a couple times that strike zone got real tiny. I was getting squeezed when that ump was clearly trying to wrap things up so he could get home in time to watch must-see TV, which used to be a thing, kids. You'll just have to believe me. You could only watch TV when it aired. So if you wanted to see it, you had to get home in time. There was, or record it on a tape, on a VHS tape, maybe.
Unk.
These kids don't understand. I'm washed. That feels like a podcast. What is this, 6 hours? What do you want me to do, guys? What do you want me to do? We had Maria Sharapova. You want me to not ask her as many questions as humanly possible? Do you want me to not cover all the things we talked about? It's Casuals. We thank you for listening. We love you. We mean it. Send us emails, casualswithkatienolan@gmail.com. Here she goes again. She's going to say the phone number for our voicemail. It's 646-801-0043. You can leave a voicemail, and if it's as passionate and well-informed as, let's say, Maria's was, we'll play the whole thing. We're here to help you get your whatever you got to get off your chest. On IG and TikTok, we are at Casuals, the podcast. I said we love you and we mean it, but I'm going to say it again. And we will see you back here next week, right?
Bye.
Bye.